the greatest catch of all time. The catch that made Odell Beckham Jr. a household name. And just 3 fingers later, he becomes the most popular receiver in the NFL. Everybody's talking about it. But what if he dropped it? To figure this out, I took the top 50 plays from Odell's career and I put them all on, hold on, wait for it, the wheel of Odell Beckhamness. Each play will get rated from 1 to 10 based off of these 4 factors: the route, the catch, the yards after catch, and the clutch factor. Now we're gonna spin the wheel a total of 5 times, so whichever category has the most points at the end is gonna be what Odell is the best at. Straight up. We'll finally have an answer if he's more than just a one-handed catch machine. Hold on, but before we get started, let's take a look at one of the most anticipated matchups of all time. This is Josh Norman, who at the time was the best corner in football. He hasn't let up a touchdown in the past 16 games. Man's pretty nice at football. On the other side, we got Odell Beckham Jr. Early on in the game, it was sweet. It was sweet. But everything changed after this play. Odell is more open than any other receiver that Josh Norman has guarded this season. Ball's in the air and he dropped it? Josh Norman just got bailed out like crazy. But he wasn't gonna let Odell hear the end of it. It started getting chippy. It started getting disgusting. Punches thrown, people picking each other up. 6 flags were thrown. Now yes, Odell scored at the end of the game, but the Giants ended up losing by 3 points. So if Odell would have made that one routine catch, it would have changed the entire game. In every single football game, it comes down to a handful of plays that decides who's gonna win and who's gonna lose. And you never know which play it's gonna be. Hence why we're using the wheel today. And now for spin number 1. Let's see who we gonna get. Ooh, nah, this ride's crazy. This ride's crazy.
Manning under pressure gets jostled with throws and it's caught. It's going to be a first half. Beckham will make a first and goal and a flag at the...
Let's break that one down a little bit more. The first thing we see is Odell come to the split release bounced up. And right off the start, you can see the corner is already on his heels. So now when Odell releases outside, he's able to dig and make up ground, and he's even with the defender. You know what they say, if he's even, he's leaving. So this puts the corner in a state of panic. He has to run his butt off now in order to keep up with Odell. So when Odell puts that right foot in the ground, his left hand on his back, and is able to snap down and pull through, that's half of the battle. Oh my goodness, he snapped him back, bro. But when he runs out of it to catch the ball, that's giving him more space to be able to toy with the defender. Now it's straight up one-on-one. If Odell would not have been able to run out of that break and catch the ball, he probably would have caught it back there and then just got tackled right on the spot. Now it's an open field one-on-one, just like everybody does at recess football. Odell's able to commit full speed with his eyes, his hips, his whole body language is saying going to the left until he puts that heel in the ground and he's able to sink his hips, which is able to allow him to explode back into the other direction, leaving the defender to not even know what's happening. So what can we learn from this route? As soon as you get the corner in a state of panic, it's over. From the jump, Odell had him on his heels. And then from the rest of the rep, he was just playing catch up, trying to survive. Now for the rankings. The route running gets a 9 out of 10. He made the defender touch the earth, but he still was able to run through the catch, and that's what got him enough separation to be able to make that one-on-one move. Catching, 6 out of 10. So the yak, 10 out of 10, bruh. Clutch, 7 out of 10. It's 3rd and 14, you know. If he doesn't catch this and make this conversion, they gotta punt it. 3rd down plays are big deals, though. I said it's time to spin the wheel. It's time to spin the wheel. I don't care how you feeling, cause it's time to spin the wheel. Oh, nah, this play was crazy. This might be one of my favorite Odell Beckham routes.
Here he is one-on-one with Dantzler to watch at the very top, fake the in-cut. Get him spun around, and it's like stealing. It's not fair.
We see him use this vertical pressure trying to close the space between him and the DB, so that way when he makes his move, the DB has less time to react. Now, when you have to break this corner route and the corner's an outside leverage, most receivers are just gonna cut this route short, be shallow on their depth, and then hope the quarterback's able to get the ball there in time. But Odell takes a different approach here. He still climbs all the way up to the back of the end zone and is able to look at the DB and give this triple rocker step, getting himself wide open. Now, the reason Odell's choice is better here is because he has to make sure he still times up with the quarterback. Because we're in the red zone, the quarterback's gonna have more time. The last thing we wanna do is make our quarterback panic. Now the catch was whatever, he kind of fell down for no reason, but when you run a route that's smooth, like you can do whatever you want, you know, that's why we run routes, so that way the catches can be easier. But 4 out of 10. But that gritty tough though. Clutch, 5 out of 10. Yes, it's a touchdown. Yes, it's 3rd down, but they're up by 7 points already. Route running, 10 out of 10. Hey guys, little editor's note. I don't know how I didn't realize this earlier, but he obviously can't have yards after the catch if he catches it in the end zone. So I added 4 points just to try and keep it fair. Don't blame me, blame the wheel for making it unfair. It's still a close match. I'm gonna see y'all. Let's spin the wheel, spin it. That kinda hurt actually. I'm alright. Okay.
Ball right now. First down. Here's Beckham. What a catch! A one-hander for number 13.
This is the first clip where we have zone instead of man coverage. We're looking at a cover 2 cloud defense. That means that both of the safeties are going to be deep. Now, there are 3 spots on the field that are super weak. This is the left sideline, the middle of the field between the 2 safeties, and the right sideline. This puts you the furthest away from any kind of contact. On the outside, we call these the hole shots. But obviously, defenses are smart. They're not just going to let you run right to the spots where are wide open. So, it's the corner's job to make sure that nobody gets outside of him. Because if the receiver gets outside, all of a sudden he's right in that hole shot zone where he can catch the ball. Now, most coaches tell the receivers to release outside anyway, even if you have to give yourself up. Peep the dude at the top of the screen. He's just giving himself up so that way they can stretch the field more as an offense. But Odell trusts his ability so much, he went inside the corner and was able to stack back on top of him within a split second. Now, the ball was so far outside because the quarterback's still throwing to that same area as before. Because if Odell would have released outside of the corner, he would have been wider than he is right now. But Odell's able to make up for that, and he doesn't care because of his crazy catch radius over the top. Route running, 6 out of 10. Catching, 10 big ones. Did anybody else peep who Odell just did that to? That's Josh Norman, the same rematch we're talking about from earlier, baby. Literally watch the next play and see what Odell did to him.
And a flag at the end of it. First of all, here's the front end of it with Beckham getting around Norman. Get hands up high.
You can't coach some of this stuff. Odell's just able to see the field in a way that most receivers will never be able to. Vision's on 99. Let's get to spinning. Number 41. Okay. Fourth quarter, down 3 points. Minute and a half left in the game. Odell Beckham Jr. does this.
Manning on the slant. Beckham. Touchdown.
Now we're back to man coverage, and it's 4th and 1, so the defense is most likely thinking that it's going to be some kind of short route. Odell's able to gain ground, get on the defender's toes, get 1 inch away from him before making this break. Then after that subtle fake to the outside, he's able to explode back across his body and dig for that slant. At this point, it's just a race between Odell and the corner to the middle of the field. Who's going to get to this ball first? And the receiver's always going to have an advantage there because he knows where he's going and the defender has no clue. So when the tight end releases to the flat, Odell knows that his man is going to be following him too. So after taking the perfect angle, he's able to get these 2 defenders to collide into each other, giving himself a huge lane to run. Now from here, it's just off to the races. Getting up, getting loose, stride. Route running, 8 out of 10. Good release. That catch ain't nothing special, bro. 4 out of 10. Yards after catch, get to 8. Only because he was sliding though. Clutch, 10. Icing on the cake, he called game. Take off the helmet, OBJ. Take it off. Go talk to the crowd then. And now for the 5th and final round. Let's spin the block. What we about to get, bruh? Ooh. All right.
The number for Mayfield, 2nd down and 6. Outside he goes. Whoa. Picked up by Beckham. He's in open field. What a move! He moved on Simmons, and then he's finally grabbed at the 35.
Odell runs this hitch route and takes it off the defense head. Nah, that has to be the best catch of the day. You can see Chris Harris trying to punch the ball out, but Odell's able to manipulate his body in the air to protect the ball. That's a veteran move. Most coaches will say catch the ball and immediately tuck it as close to your body, but Odell knows that the corner can reach the ball from there. If he tucks it away, he's gonna be straight into the face of Chris Harris and probably getting punched out. Or he's for sure gonna come up on him and make the tackle. Now hold on, pause the clip. It looks like Odell is on the field by himself right now. That's how open he is off of that. I've never seen somebody get open off of making a catch before. Yeah, no, I've never seen that. Now from here, he's just being Odell. You can't coach this. Using that right left to be able to hop into the spin move, cutting across the field. He's always looking for extra yards. He's never gonna let himself get tackled by one guy. Route running, 4 out of 10. I mean, it was just a hitch. Catch, 10 out of 10. Best catch of the day for sure. Yak, 9 out of 10. Dude was sliding on that spin move. Clutch, I don't even know what the score was. What was the score? I mean, it was clutch-ish. Call him a little 6. It's the fourth quarter. It's a good play, but not a game changer, you know. And for the winning team of the Wheel of Champions, we got the route. But are you really surprised by that? Because at the end of the day, if you don't run a great route, you're not going to get the ball thrown to you. Before this video, all we really knew Odell was good at was catching the football. It's crazy that when we call a player good, we boil all of their traits down to just one thing. Odell's good at catching. Tyreek Hill is really fast. Justin Jefferson just hits the gritty. Players are so much more than their best attribute. Odell Beckham is one of those receivers where all you really have to do is just throw the ball up and he will make a play. When he sees the ball in the air, he's asking himself the question, how am I gonna make a play? So what if Odell would have dropped that pass? What if Odell Beckham Jr. couldn't catch? We would still have a lot of moments to remember from his career. As I just showed you, a lot of the catches he makes are easy because of how open he's able to get himself on the route. And he was hooping in those 5 plays, but I promise you, he was going nuts in the 45 other plays that we didn't see on the wheel. But hey, all praise and glory to the Most Highs. Thank you, Jesus. Check out this video. What would happen if Tyreek Hill wasn't fast? Got you thinking now, huh? Click it. You won't. Click it. You won't.